What is up, everyone? Jill here. Welcome back to the farm. Happy Friday. I don't actually know that it will be Friday when you guys watch this, but it is Friday when I'm shooting it, and it's an exciting day for us on the farm for multiple reasons. I'm making my first delivery and harvest, I guess, for the restaurant that we're partnering with in Conway Rogue Roundabout. It is a microbrewery going to town, and they are testing out their menu all week for their opening, and so I'm going to harvest everything today to take to them to play around with some menu items. And I thought this would be really fun to kind of share with you guys, you know, the tools I have on hand for harvesting, what that looks like for us. I know not everyone who watches our channel is in pursuit of bringing in money from their farm, but if you are, I think it's kind of cool just to show how we do business and what that looks like for us. So throughout the season, I will be sharing videos like this of harvesting and delivering, and really just what it looks like for our family running a profitable farm and trying to manage all the things that come with that. But another big reason that we're celebrating today is that it is the relaunch of our Beginning Blooms flower course. So we've spent the last few months adding on new modules on taking your blooms to market, how to sell, what are the different markets, how you go about pricing your blooms. And so I launched this course 2 years ago. We've continued to update and add and improve it, and we have relaunched it now. And so I'm so excited. We dive into the 10 cast of characters, which is, you know, kind of our prime flowers, you will, if you want to grow abundant blooms in your backyard. So if you guys are interested in that at all, I'm going to leave a link down below, but I will be doing a designated video going over the course more, what you can find. So if you want more details, stay tuned for that video. So first off, I'm going to share with you kind of what I have on hand, if you will, for a harvest day. I do like to kind of have all my ducks in a row. Unfortunately, we are still really behind on construction, so my pack and wash shed is still not built. Concrete's not even poured on the pad. And so ideally, I would be harvesting, going to the pack and wash station, washing it all, packaging it, and labeling it, and then storing it in the cooler. But since you know, we've just been dealing with different elements, I'm not going to get discouraged by this at all. We're just going to work with what we have. So I'm going to turn you guys around, show you what my current setup looks like, if you will, and then we'll get busy harvesting. You guys, this brings me so much joy. It wasn't just a few months ago that I really had this spark to start growing food for my community again, and then kind of all the stars aligned, and we've been working really, really hard to see this day come to fruition. And now that it's here and I'm getting to share it with you guys, it seems kind of surreal, and I'm obviously glowing if you can't tell. It's just one of those full circle moments for me. I'm super excited. All right, so I'm utilizing the rack I have in here. One, I've got my little basket with tools. So we've got, you know, pruners. This would be used for like spinach, things like that. This is our salad knife, so it's got this nice curve. And I've got multiple sizes, so I have this smaller one here. Then I actually bought a bigger one too. We've got our little serrated knives, which we use for a ton of stuff. And then just these little like machetes. I won't actually be using any of these today. So all of the tools that we'll need. And then here we have our plastic bag, which we will put like radish, carrots, and beets in. I've got rubber bands, that way we can bundle them all. And then I have clamshells for edible flowers. And then Nathan's just brought in the crates. So when it comes to like harvesting and selling, they have to buy for certain things like an entire case. And so this would be like for our heads of lettuce and stuff like that. They have to buy a case at a time. And so this is what that looks like. You ready to get to work?
Ready to get to work.
Hey, at least the weather's nice.
I know, it feels amazing.
Yeah, I'm actually really chilly, but you can see here the greenhouse is ready. So we're going to be harvesting some of this foundation mixed lettuce. I'm going to be harvesting some spinach over there, both of these varieties of spinach. So I'll offer like some arugula mixes. This oric is just massive, so we'll harvest a bunch of that. And then this little baby spinach we'll harvest. I don't think we're gonna have any beets available. There's, I mean, maybe if they were like, no, they're still too small. Our little beets are, we haven't had them in the ground for very long. Yeah, I mean, they're getting there, just Still little babies. I've been making Nathan test all my stuff to see if it's spicy. Some of our radishes have started to bolt.
Beet greens are amazing.
Let's go try some of these radishes. I'm a little concerned about those. It just gets so hot is our problem, and so some of them have started to bolt and flower, and so we're gonna harvest those, and even if the restaurant doesn't want them, I'll ferment them. So I'm probably, oh, there's ladybugs, that's a good sign. I did see some aphids. It's just so densely planted. Yeah. So yeah, we'll harvest them. My main thing when it comes to greens, I don't want to sell a bitter green. And a lot of that's just like consistent watering. But then for your radishes, if you're not growing a spicy variety, you don't want it to be spicy, which is just from heat. And then, yeah, see, so this all just did foliar growth because it was so hot and it never actually bulbed up. So I don't want woody radishes, which just has like kind of this grainy texture. It's not pleasant to eat. And then I don't want a spicy variety if it's not meant to be spicy. That's like not what we're aiming for. So we'll go through and kind of figure this out. Good thing for us is radishes do go pretty, you know, fast. And so we can just keep doing this, turning it over, even harvesting them as little baby radishes if we need to. And then I'm probably gonna harvest a little bit of baby fennel so that they can play around with the slaw. And then our nasturtium flowers are starting to come on. So let's get to it. All right, so what we do for all the things that we're selling, you already know, I am a spreadsheet junkie. If I can have a spreadsheet for something, I'm having a spreadsheet for it. And so what I've done, and this is what I do for any customer I go to work with, I create a price list and availability list. And so that's what I've done here. I'm gonna take the camera off and show you guys. I'm basing prices off of a wholesale model and also what does well in my area. So I would say, you know, don't go off of what I'm doing. I try to just figure this out based off of what's comparable and also the customer that I'm working with. And so I have everything in here divided into crop, variety, yield, price, requirement, and then availability. So I'm going to show you guys, and then what I do is I'll go in. I've got right now, it says availability for Friday delivery, 4/21, and I'll put beside each crop in a tab, all right, lettuce, I'm going to have, you know, I sell it by a case. There's at least 8 heads that go into a case, so I could say I've got 3 cases available today. But I'll kind of show you guys how I do that, and then I just text the chef, let her know, hey, the availability list has been updated on the spreadsheet. She'll go in beside that tab, tell me what she wants, and then we'll come and start harvesting. So it might seem a little confusing, but once you get in the groove of it, it's really not bad at all. So you guys can see here, I've got the crops, the varieties, the yield, the price, how I'm selling them. So some are sold by bundles, some are sold by case, some are sold by bags. And then some of the bags are even, you know, it's a 10-pound bag or a 20-pound bag. And then over here is where I'll start filling in availability, what I have. So we'll go through, figure out what we've got available, and start filling in the list. So one thing you might be wondering is, how do I know how to sell what and in what? You know what I mean? So for all of our lettuces, we are harvesting them by the heads. Those are just going in those big crates. It's windy. For all of our flowers, they'll go in these clamshells because it's really pretty. This is like what our microgreens go in as well. And then all of our carrots, radish, beets, we will bundle and go into bags. That way we can put them in cold storage, and we've already got those bagged up in those 10 and 20-pound increments that we know. You know, so our heirloom carrots are less volume, higher price. And so we'll just write little notes on our packages. And then things like our, you know, fennel, we'll just put a rubber band around that. Things like our spinach and our kales, we'll sell those in bundles. And so we're just putting rubber bands around that as well. So right now we're gonna harvest nasturtiums. Looks like the wind kind of did a little bit of damage last night, but hopefully not too bad. So these are stunning. I'll just pop them right off like that and then stick them in here. Just start foraging through the plants. Look at that. Yeah, that is stunning. Wow. Check out that variety. That is stunning. Look at that beautiful spread. That's stunning. So I just harvested one of our radish to see. Check that out. That's a big boy. I think they're even supposed to get bigger, but I'm just trying to harvest enough, like I said, for them to test some menu items. But look how pretty this one is. I am excited to ferment this one. Also grew a wasabi radish, which I'm excited to ferment to see kind of what a pickled wasabi is going to taste like. But I'm waiting to hear back from the chef now. I just submitted the spreadsheet, and then we'll start harvesting the rest of the stuff.
What you doing?
Getting poked to death.
Getting poked to death.
I actually love growing radish, and I hate growing radish.
I got the easy job today. I just gotta hold the camera.
I know. Yeah, so these are those daikons that get super big. So these actually aren't even anywhere close. But that's kind of what we're struggling with right now, is that growing in the tunnel, the greens get really big, you know, because it's super hot in here. But these are supposed to be like massive. So I might even let these just keep growing.
Is this an informative video or a vlog?
Probably vlog style. It's just us making a delivery, our first delivery, for those who may be, you know, interested in growing food to sell. It's like, this is what this looks like for us.
All I keep thinking about is how cute you are.
Oh, is that
But
what
I
you
wasn't
want?
gonna say anything if I was gonna try to keep it professional, you know?
Oh, okay.
Babe, I'll follow you around with the camera all day.
All day, huh? These are those watermelon radishes.
Oh, those are so good.
All right, so we sell our radishes, like I said, in 10 and 20 pound bags. Right now, since we aren't really rocking and rolling yet, we're just doing like a variety mix, but usually it'll be like variety specific. So I am going to show you some of the ones we harvested and kind of how we go about bagging those. So this is the Red King 2 from Johnny's. It was no surprise, all of our hybrid radishes just did way better than our heirlooms. Most of our heirlooms bolted, and that just goes to show you there's nothing wrong with heirlooms, but again, depending on what your goal of growing is, the hybrids can just withstand, you know, more pests and disease. They can withstand various weather and different climates and things like that, and that all makes a really big difference. So we are actually going to be cutting the tops off. A lot of these are too big anyways. The restaurant wouldn't want to use them, so we're just going to feed it all to our sheep and our pigs so nothing goes to waste. So let's get busy chopping these, and we've got a keep pile and we've got a pig pile. You guys can see here, I just cut the top off, and then we don't wash any of these. It's up to the restaurant to wash everything, so we'll just throw these in a bag and then weigh them. So this is another variety. I don't remember it off the top of my head. I'm going to pop it on the screen. It is a hybrid. It's really, really beautiful. Super oblong. So that one's great too. Here are the daikon. So I grow these every year. They get massive. This is actually harvested super early, but check out how stunning. We love to eat these fermented, raw. We've even made like mashed potatoes out of them. They're just such a great variety to grow, and just look at them, they're so pretty. All right, we are just getting started, but it's not a bad spread. We got some pinks, purples, we've got some whites. So we'll start bagging these up soon once we harvest the rest of them. Y'all, I am like in the greenhouse obviously harvesting, and I'm hearing the craziest thing. Our bees are swarming right now. I'm watching it happen. This is the most wild thing ever, and for a girl that's slightly terrified of things that sting. This is so crazy. What the heck? I mean, wow. You couldn't even see it. Babe, look, our bees are swarming. Again.
That's not good.
Look at it. Do you see them all?
I That means we're losing 2.
I wonder where they're gonna go. That's insane. That should go all the way through. Woo! Wee! Look at that.
Look at there.
All right. Look at here. Wow. That is stunning. Now I can tell you're the cute one.
Mm.
Looks so good.
This is a small one.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna just add it with that one. Add that one in. Check out those radishes. All right, first delivery, we did it. Let's go. All right, so I've got my bundles of oryx spinach. Have my bundles of regular spinach. And then I have my bundles of arugula. So we did it, you guys. We harvested our first order for the restaurant we're growing for. We're excited. So we're gonna try to run this over to them. It's kind of the worst time to harvest right now. You really wanna harvest early in the morning. So we're gonna finish this up, but thanks for hanging out with us. I'll talk to you soon.